Ladies and gentlemen, the transfer deadline has concluded, and of course, I'm mainly just focusing on the Premier League transfers. And now, as we look, let's begin with Firmino Lopez rejected a move to Chelsea. He said he would rather stay at Barca since he came to the club when he was 12. Actually, and I quote, "Well, in the end, my priority has always been at Barca. I arrived when I was 12 years old. It was my dream to be here, to be able to reach the first team. It's always a compliment that there's interest from other clubs, but the truth is that I always had the idea of staying at Barca and being able to succeed here." So he is staying at Barca. Also, in another news, Gundogan has joined Galatasaray on a free transfer from City. He's 34 years old, so there's not much market for 34 years old in today's game. He has have a very lengthy career. Congrats to him. Also joining City is the man who carried the PSG. I mean, it's kind of far how he was done, but Donnarumma will be joining Man City on a 26 million euro transfer. That's also already done. He was frozen out after they signed, what was that? Yeah, Lucas Veria. Then he was frozen out. They should have kept him as a backup, in my opinion. But I guess, what do I know, right? So now he has signed a 5-year deal with option for a future year in the future. But it's kind of, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, and he really carried the team throughout the season. Hey, but also speaking of City, after 8 years, Ederson will be moving to Fenerbahce on a 12 million pound on a 12 million euro transfer fee. He has achieved a lot with City from leagues, champion, treble. So congrats to him and his lengthy career. He has been a phenomenal goalkeeper for City. Martin O'Reilly is going to join. Uh, he's going on a free transfer loan to Marcel. That's all I got on that kid. And finally, after weeks of going back and forth, this and that, protesting, the man, the myth, the legend, Alexander Isak is finally joining Liverpool on a British transfer record of 130 million euros. This deal was sealed, I think, literally on a deadline after he refused to show up for training, refused to show up for the preseason, sitting out for their first 2 games of the season. Congrats to them. Now Liverpool do have the deadliest attack. We just have to see how it translates on the field. He say he wants to win championship with Liverpool. I don't blame the guy. He's 25. This opportunity only comes once in a lifetime. Why not take it while it's there? And the man who's going to be replacing Isak is no one other than Wissa, who had a fantastic season last season. Also, the same thing happened. Newcastle approached Bedford on a 40 million bid, and they didn't budge. But Wissa wanted to move to a bigger club, so he protested, and they reached an agreement of 55 million euros. I keep thinking dollars, but 55 million euros, and the deal was also done at deadline. I mean, Wissa is no Isak, but he's also a phenomenal forward. And Newcastle is not having, black players as forwards from Bar to Seske, now Isak, now Wissa. So I feel like this is kind of a Newcastle thing of having, black forwards. Congrats Newcastle on their signing. And I mean, he said He's happy to be here and sign for one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League. And he said, I'm very, very excited to put on the black and white shirt. I've got dreams. I've got faith. Now I'll do my best to make it all happen. I can't wait. And going to Manchester where it's just going a lot going on that side. Anthony is permanently staying at Real Betis. He said after a long summer where he didn't know where he was going and he didn't know if Real Betis would take him back. They are finally taking him back on a permanent. He said, I've spent, what a difference there is more beautiful than Manchester. I'm finally here. I've spent more than 40 days in hotel. It's been very hard, but everyone knew what I wanted to return to Beats. Now with more time, we have many things to and achieve. It has been difficult for me to sleep so much. Affection from Bacon's fine. There were people waiting at my house 2 in the morning. Also in the Manchester saga, Holland has joined Holland has joined Napoli on a loan with the option to buy up to 50 million euros if they do decide to keep him. Uh, Congrats to him, I guess. And last but not least, Nicholas Jackson has joined Bayern Munich on a transfer. Jackson, personally, he's a good striker, but some days he has off days, some days he turns on. He's a complicated man. But congrats to him. He has joined Bayern. Also, I believe, let me see, I think he also has an option to buy next year. Yeah, he's on a 1 year loan with option to buy. So congrats to Jackson for finally finding a home. I know there's a lot of transfers that has happened during the deadline, but I just got home like 5 hours ago, and I've been writing notes the whole 5 hours. Is so also, hey, it's my first time doing this. I'm excited on this. I'm excited on this career path that I'm trying to go along, being a sport, whatever this thing is called, sport broker, sport. I'm not really a sport analyst. I'm not a sport analyzer, sport news. However, whatever lane I'm a go to, thankful. So yeah, thank you for watching and for listening. And if you stick it this far, I appreciate you. I understand it's very hard with my accent, and I get thought I speak slow. Now I'm just rambling on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying along. Until next time, peace.